Hey everybody, it's Ace here from Ace's Takes. Welcome to my channel where we talk about the things we love to collect in our house: handbags, jewelry, knives, pens, all the things. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your friends as we grow our channel. Love the support. Today we are going to be talking about the Twilly scarf and the Morves scarf ring. I did an unboxing of the Twilly scarf, and then in that video, I talked about how I was going to do a bunch of different ways and show how to do that. That's what I want to focus on today. So sit back and relax and enjoy. The whole reason why I purchased the Twilly scarf was because I saw the bracelet idea that people were doing. Turns out very challenging. The easiest way I have found to wear the Twilly scarf with a scarf ring is to take it around your neck, and you can take the scarf ring and you'll loop the scarf through the ring, and then you'll pull the scarf ring up just like that. Easy, 10 out of 10. Looks, I think it's like a 1 out of 10 for me. This didn't do it for me. I actually did not wear the scarf like this at all. I tried it. I looked at it. I had a shirt that was collared, and I put this underneath the collar, and it didn't make my heart sing. So I didn't wear it like this. The next way that I worked on wearing the scarf was to wear it in my hair. So the first day what I did was I braided my hair, and I took it just in thirds and did a little quick side braid. And once I was doing the braid, then I took a plastic elastic and used the plastic elastic. I threaded the scarf through the plastic elastic, and then I tied a little bow, but I also put the scarf ring on the scarf to show a little bit of bling. This is going to be not a great braid, but you'll get the idea. So I braided my hair. And then I used, did it lower. I used one of these poly bands. I've had these for a while. Some of them actually break when I am putting my hair in a pony. And so I always kind of want to have one or two with me if I go out in the day, because I have had these break. So I did a low pony here. And then I took my scarf. Now, the tag on the back actually did cause some issues in getting the scarf to line up. It does hit just right of center, which is nice, but sometimes when you're trying to get a different style, it gets in the way. So I took the scarf all the way through, and then I put the elastic on. So now you can see that my hair has the scarf. Now, I took the scarf ring and I threaded the scarf through the scarf ring. And from there, I tied a bow. And I made sure to tie the other side in a little bit of a knot because I did not want the metal to get messed up. So here you can see the scarf ring, and then I tied a little bow like that. You don't really get to see the scarf ring, but when you turn it a little bit throughout the day, you'll get a little bit of a sparkle. And this was super easy. I would say 8 out of 10 in terms of ease. And I thought in terms of looks, it was pretty nice. I enjoyed it. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10 for looks as well. My hair sometimes will come out of the back of my braid, so maybe a bobby pin back here would be helpful, but I do have longer hair, and so I feel like that's beneficial in this style. The next style that I did with my hair was putting the band up here, and I used the scarf ring for that as well. For the next style in my hair, I looped the scarf through both of these pieces in the scarf ring. So you'll see the metal. And then I went ahead and I took the scarf and I put it here. It looks kind of weird. You'll see it kind of poked up. And I went underneath my hair. I gotta get my hair out of the way. Might even be more beneficial if I was to have a hair tie. I did not do that. I went ahead and did it without my hair in a hair tie. I get underneath my hair. I don't want to pull my hair, and I don't want to get it tied in the knot. So what I'm doing underneath is I'm tying one loop, and then I'm tying another underneath. So I'm doing a square knot, thanks to Hope, my little doggy right there. Get my airs out, and then I took the ring and I flattened it out and I put it off to the side right here. Now I did check it throughout the day to make sure that it stayed in position and didn't bunch up. It stayed very well. Sometimes when I'm wearing my hair like this, what I like to do is I like to take a few pieces and pull them out so that it's not just a huge just scarf ring, right? Or just a scarf. Like I'll take these, even though I don't have bangs, I'll take these out in front. And so you're not seeing a big wide band here. You can if you want to, but this was a fun one. I enjoyed this. I would say ease, 8 out of 10. Pretty easy. And this was a nice, I would give this one a 9 out of 10 in terms of looks. I enjoyed a pop of color. Okay, I'm looking at the mirror above. Next style that I did was I made a neck scarf. And this was the second most challenging style that I did. If you go onto the Hermès website, you will see that people have a scarf wrapped around their neck and then the scarf ring sits here. I feel as if the large scarf ring is a little bit easier to style than the smaller one when you're getting into a little bit more complex styles. So what I did was I looped it in half. So I'm going to take the scarf ring and loop it through one end. And it'll need to be on the end where so that you get the tag here and that you have evenness here. I wanted to be able to see the metal and not have it be complete scarf. So I took the ring and I think I'll do it this way. I went around the back. And then I came through. Get my hair out of the way. It'd probably be okay if I had my hair in a ponytail for this. And I pulled through the loop. Both of these. Okay. Then I needed to create a knot. And in order to do that, I messed around with it a little bit because I wanted the knot to not be, haha, pun, in the way. So I tucked it through. And it wound up being that one was shorter than the other. I have to move it around a little bit. Because I wanted it to be something where you could see both of these, but this wasn't like it's sticking out right now. So what I did was I wound up playing around with it a little bit to get the piece to work. Yeah. I would say probably a 6 out of 10 in terms of ease, but 10 out of 10 in terms of style. I received so many compliments when I wore it like this. I did a better job. You can see it in the picture. I would play around with it until I got it to look like what I wanted to look. But this was something that people gave me a lot of compliments on. Let's see if I can mess around with it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I think I had it off to the side a little bit, but this got a lot of compliments. Okay, last one was the bracelet. And y'all, I tell you, this was a struggle. All of the ones that I saw online had really thick. I could have done, I wanted to be able to, again, see the metal. I didn't want to just see scarf. So I could have done something like this. Maybe wrapped it around and came through the ends here. But that left a lot. It left a lot of scarf hanging off. And so I didn't really ever achieve the look that I was going for with the bracelet. I wound up getting it to be something that was okay. But when you get smaller, it's a challenge, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So I could have done something like this and it looks really messy to me. I don't think that that is achieving the style that I wanted. And when I do that, I had this kind of flimmy-flammy thing so I spent an hour playing around with the scarf like this to see what I wanted it to look like. And I wasn't digging it. What I wound up doing was I placed it so that I could see Hermès here. And I put the scarf on, and I wound up taking it through here. It's gonna take a second. Take the two pieces and not come under, but to go over. And then I wrapped it back under to come through this piece here. So what I did was I had it tucked under and I came through this side right here. And the benefit of that was to be able to have the Hermès style here, but also allow it to lay flat. So I had to mess with it. I spent a good bit of time on this style. So you have to make sure that everything is as tight as you want. This needs to come through. Okay. You can see why this is, I would say, a 1 out of 10 when it comes to actually getting a style to work. So you need to make sure that this part right here, I just played with it until I could get it as tight as I wanted and then came through on the top. And then that wound up being underneath my wrist. And then I tied a knot here. So I wound up having a little bit of I would say, a little loop. It's very difficult to recreate. So I'm not even getting it handled here, but I will post the picture of what it wound up looking like. But the idea was looping under here in order to be able to see the Hermès brand and have it be flat. What I thought of after the fact was I wanted it to be thin. And so I thought what would be a good idea was to take the poly bands that I have and kind of take the scarf and make it thinner. Because in order to fold the scarf, let's say I wanted to do a bracelet like this and put it through the scarf ring thin like this, it's hard to hold it like that the whole time. So if I was to maybe take the poly bands and make it thin, I could do that, and then I could just take scissors and clip it when I was finished. So the whole reason I bought it was to make it a bracelet. Turns out, probably never do it again because it was really challenging. And then the last way that I did it was as a belt. And in order to do that, I wound up taking through one end and making a knot. I'm just going to loop it around and pull through. And I wanted it to get as close as possible. So you can see very, very close. And then I looped it through my belt. Stand up, see if you can see this. Okay, so looping it through all sides. And then I wanted to make it so that this, see what happens? Essentially what you're doing is you're creating knots on either side. You create a knot here and a knot here. And I was able to do it, this is twisted. I was able to do it where I had a really good knot on one side and then the other one wound up coming off halfway through. But what I noticed about this is, I think if I had on a smaller pair of jeans, I could maybe get it to where I'm doing a knot. But how am I going to go to the bathroom? If I'm going to wear this for, 8 hours in a day, I'm going to have to sit in the bathroom and knot up my scarf again and make sure it's tight. It was cute an idea, really wasn't the best for that. So ease, difficulty, I would say that this was probably 2 out of 10 in terms of looks. No, maybe, let's see. In terms of difficulty, 10 out of 10 difficult. But it looked cute. So what I will say is I'm used to using Louis Vuitton scarves. And if you notice, the Louis Vuitton scarf, I actually just unwrapped this from something, I need to steam it, but the Louis Vuitton scarf is way longer. So if I wanted to do a belt with that belt ring, I would mix brands and I would use this one, not this one. But this was great for, I would say, that neck and in the hair. And this Twilly is better than the Louis Vuitton scarf for a braid when I want to hang down here, because the Louis Vuitton scarf I had to like loop down. So anyway, which one is your favorite? Is there a style out there that you have tried that I didn't try, you recommend? Thanks for watching, y'all. See ya.